Above it will be some people whose life will be high platform but low purpose. And to the right hand side, there will be some people whose life will be high purpose but low platform. And on the uppermost right hand side will be people like Mrs. Sudha Murthy, whose life will be high platform and high purpose. Let me explain a little bit about the characteristics of people in each of those 4 quadrants. Let's first talk about the people who will lead a life of low purpose and low platform. Many of you would remember somebody who studied with you in your 7th standard or your 8th standard, an ordinary person who did not come to study engineering, never competed with you. That individual probably went to a local college somewhere in Mandya or somewhere in Chitradurga or somewhere in Chikmagalur. And today is going to join the family business, a small business, where he will live the rest of his life, or maybe is looking for a small job somewhere, and in the process will lead a simple life, will get married one day, have a small family, but live in that place where you have left your childhood behind. This individual will lead a life of low platform and low purpose. Low platform because this individual will not take more from life, excessively more from life than he is able to give to life. The carbon footprint of this individual will be very small. And the concern of this individual will be for existence. So this is about the low platform, low purpose life. And some of you who are either future social entrepreneurs or future business entrepreneurs, you'll begin your life as a low platform, high purpose life. Your purpose will be very high, but to begin with, your platform will be a small platform. Your platform will not be like an Infosys or an IBM or a Mindtree. You have to start somewhere. It will be a platform which is low, but the purpose will be very high. The purpose sometimes is altruistic, to make a difference to the world. And sometimes that purpose is to basically create a new path where no path exists. The problem with people in that quadrant with high purpose and low platform is that some of them cannot bring about scale to the world. Many problems in the world require scale. Your institution today is making an impact for the last almost 100 years because it has been able to build scale. But if it was a small little thing in a small little place, but with the same high purpose, it would not have made a difference to the thousands of people that it is making today. So some things in life require scale. There are some of you who will live in this life of low platform and high purpose. And the characteristics of these people is that these people will not be path dependent, they will be path creators. This is the quadrant for people who don't have to be shown a path, they will create their own path. Then let me now tell you about people who will live the life of high platform and low purpose. A person who lives the life of a high platform and low purpose essentially leads a consumption-driven life. That person is a very ambitious, sometimes a professionally highly competent person, but all that matters to this individual is me, myself, and I. This is the individual who will get picked up by 3 different computer companies and will take up a job with one of them. Within 2 years, will go and do an MBA or an MTech program. Within 4 years, will leave the country. Within 6 years, will get a green card. Within 8 years, the citizenship of another country. And within 12 years, some of them may even come back, but live in a gated community where the existence of this individual on a day-to-day basis will have to be supported by a retinue of drivers, cooks, and domestic servants. This is a life of what we call high platform but low purpose. And this individual's life critically depends on consumption. If you imagine stopping consuming things, then this person's life comes to an end. In the farthest quadrant is the life of high purpose and high platform. And I told that people like Mrs. Sudhamurthy actually engage in that platform. This is a platform which is a place for people who have a vision which is larger than life. They have a vision of a future like the 7 founders whose vision today has created the KLE group of institutions. The vision is about a future imagined so that other people can live in that future. The 7 founders who started this institution don't live in this institution anymore. But they imagined the future so that other people can live in that future. So the first characteristics of people in the high purpose, high platform life is the capacity to see a vision for the future that does not exist. The second is the capacity to take people along as part of a vision community to make that future happen. Many of us have great vision, but we fail to build the capability to take people with us. I was talking with Principal Dr. Shata in the morning today, and we're discussing about the social entrepreneurship project that many of the first year students did, and he was sharing this very interesting observation when he was talking to students of the first year social entrepreneurship project, and he was asking them what was the most difficult thing to the 200 different project creators. They said the most difficult thing was to convince other people. So convincing other people to go someplace that they will not go by themselves is a very difficult leadership requirement. It's not enough to see a dream. It's critically important to take people along with you to make that dream a fulfilled reality. So people like Mrs. Sudhamurthy have a dream and they have the capacity to create a vision community. And then they have a relentless capacity to stay focused on that dream. Every day in our life there are distractions. One of the most significant distractions you will find is the distraction of the platform. If you are in love with the platform, you cannot go and achieve high purpose. People who are in excessive love of the platform will not be able to imagine a future in which other people will live, because they're completely obsessed with their own existence. So these people see the platform purely as a springboard, and the platform as an opportunity to build something that has never been built before. In other words, they see themselves as the custodian of that platform and not the owner of the platform. Why am I telling you all this? I'm telling you all this because you are in the beginning of your life, and all the 4 quadrants are equally available for you to choose. The interesting thing is a life doesn't have to be about inevitability. Life has to be about choice. The great thing about you and me is that we live with an intelligent mind in a capable body, and we must be able to make the right choice and live the consequence of those choices. I'm not here telling that everybody has to be like Mrs. Sudhamurthy. All I'm telling is it's perfectly okay to be in any of the 4 quadrants, as long as if you are in the lowest most quadrant, you don't suffer from false comparison. If I'm leading a life of low platform and low purpose, it's a good life to lead, because not everybody needs to be a change maker. The world requires stable people who will remain at the roots, not consume excessively, and provide the stability that life must be provided. But if I'm in that quadrant, I should not envy the person who has more than I have.